Hey everyone, it is Char from Char's Fascination. And my first video today got snippled, and it wasn't by me. But you know what? I'm not angry at that because I can show you what I've got done so far on this because I've got the waistbanding, as you can see. This is one part of it, and again, hemline. Look at that clean hemline. This is the outside of it, but look how clean that is. And again, hey Senia, I got Mark playing in the background. Oh, yes. I'm trying to help Senia reach some watch time. So is Mark. So, along with my Sin City soaps and candles, Senia, Mark, and VidMom will all be linked right here. And if you didn't know, you can actually link more than 3 channels right here. Absolutely. So I got this part already sewn on, as you can see. And that's what I was saying. Look at that clean hemline. Now, I know that the stripes from here to here aren't exactly matchy-matchy, but they're close enough. They're close enough to where somebody's going to have to be like right up on your waist to even notice that. And if they're that close, they're too close. So what I'm going to do with this, like I said, is I'm going to go ahead and pin the rest at the waistbanding. I know I'm going like this, but you can still see me. See, you can see me. It's okay. It's okay. And I'm not mad at that. So, what I do with this part, at least, let me shut this off. And bring y'all down here. Not bringing you down, I'm just bringing you down here to see what I'm doing. Yes. Just trying to stay so positive about everything we do, right? Okay. So, what we do, and Senior, you can just like learn this from scratch, girl. This might help you with some of the sewing projects you need to do, or want to do. I shouldn't say need, I should say want. So there's a reason why I leave the crease. That crease lines everything up on the fabric. The crease that I keep right there. And when I fold my fabric a specific way, I make sure that there is an even crease in the middle. That way when I cut something and I want to put it together, these creases actually act. I love you, Mark. I have to turn you down a little bit. God is channel playing. Help him with some watch time. Now, on another link, I actually have Senia's videos going. And I think I'll do the same thing for Viv. Viv is so inspiring. Yeah, you are. You're an inspiration. Don't ever think that you're not, because you are. So, what we'll do is we will pin this. This is how I do this. I at least bring back this much fabric, just like right here, right? And I do the same on the end. And then when I go to pin this, I pin it like, pin it as good as I can. Pin that like that, and then boom. And then you just want to follow that all the way around until you have both sides pinned together. And you know I'll show you that. Okay, now that I have that pinned on, we can get back to sewing. Now you might wonder how it is I get this to go round without trying to catch the fabric. I tuck it all in like a tube and put it inside the skirt. That way, if I have to, all I have to do is reach up inside, and be able to like tug it down a bit if I have to do that. I don't always have to do that, but it does help. Who knows? Maybe sometime I can do sewing force in you. You would probably like that, girl. And one thing I always need to do for myself, especially when I'm doing something like this, is make sure that I have the sewing machine close enough to me, right? It's close enough to me so I'm not having to put my arms all the way out here. A lot of people are afraid and they'll do that. Don't worry about it. And then make sure that you never hit one of your sewing needles with your sewing needle. You know, don't ever hit like the straight pin with your sewing needle for reasons. You can break off the tip of that needle and it can hit you in the face, hit you in the face. Make sure that when you want to resize something that you have things like a tailor's chalk pencil or just straight up tailor's chalk, which comes in different colors, as you can see. Now, I believe they still make the pink one. I'm not sure about that. I will have to check that out. I don't think they sell that one at Fabric Mart, but I know they do at the Hobby Lobby. Not too sure about that anymore. I'm not a Wally World shopper. Not even for my stuff for Regalia. I do not shop Wally World. Okay, because you can see I could have accidentally hit a needle right there together. Now, I have this one part on the fabric that I left split open on purpose. I did that on purpose because I'm going to go forward just a little bit more, take it back. Of course it wants to do that. Anyway. And then just bring your needle up, let it go, bring it down, do what I said. It always as I do. It's funny because we all make FLUBOs. We really do. We all make FLUBOs. Okay, now that's the part where we will come back to this part of it. And I do this little sewing trick on purpose in case I need to let it out or take it in, which kind of makes sense when you're doing something like this. And just in time, because I have to now change that bobbin. And now that that's changed, we can keep on sewing. what I'll do is finish this going to the other side, take it off the machine, and show you like the length of it before. Excuse me, my dinner's talking, and I'm sorry. I have leftovers. So I will finish this. I should slow it down because one day the paintings up there almost fell on me and my Spider-Man lunchbox. I'm a huge nerd. And now that we have that sewn, again, it's a very clean hemline. There's a reason to leave that open. And you might be like, well, how can you tell the front from the back? Some people might, you know what, hey, you leave it like that, it's almost a full-on dress. And some people actually make dresses like that, where it's like up here, and you have that waistband, but that would give you a high-up pocket. And that's kind of cute. This could be transformed into it. Hold on. Okay, this could actually be turned into a high pocket dress if I wanted. And that's why I don't really like hem off the back like that. And the pockets are right here. So this can actually be switched from just being a skirt to a dress instead. I don't know what you think about that. Like, leave this part a little bit like that so it swoops down a bit if I wanted a dress. I mean, because if you seriously look at that, it's long anyway. All I would have to do is add in straps, maybe turn this thing, because I don't like putting a zipper in the back because of my health issues. I would switch it around and have it, the fastenings right here rather than in the back, which makes it hard for me. Or just go ahead and sew up that back, add the straps to this, and make it a pull-on dress. Something similar to this one, but made completely different. Not bad. Thank you for the idea for the pull-on skirt, because now this pull-on skirt is going to be pulled off as a pull-on dress. Now, what kind of sleeve do I want to do with this if I do that? With just sewing up the back and just make this into a pull-on dress, right? Would I do a cap sleeve? I could do a cap sleeve with this. Yes, I could. And how I would do that is draft a pattern off of an existing sleeve and put it on here. And I have plenty of those, so give me one moment. Okay, and how would I do the sleeve? Well, remember, I still have this scrap fabric from when I did the pockets. Yes. And there is enough here, like especially right here, to do a sleeving. Yes. So, can definitely do a sleeving for that. So I'm going to go ahead and separate this from that and this from there and knit it. Sorry, I have to reach for a piece of fabric that fell on the floor. But yes, scrap fabric is so great to have for things like this because of the wonderful things it does. Now see that other piece, it wasn't exactly like these, so I'm not worried about that because when I go to do a sleeving, it's on like a video from when I sent something to Mark. It's on that video. It's not the first time I've sent something to him. I think he said he's gonna do like a video on his winnings again. He wins a lot from me. join my giveaways, you win a lot too. You also win friendship. Yes, you do. So I'll take one of these and just pretty much show you that even if I just wanted to do a strap and have it come kind of wide in the front, I can do that. I'm not one to be a long sleeve person or to have sleeves in general. I just don't feel like, you know, being restricted, if you know what I mean. So that brings it to the point of, how would we do this? Well, first of all, you have to measure like from where to where on you, how you want to do that, how you want to mark it out and everything, and have it ready to go. And I have to sew up that backing, since I'm going to make this a straight up, just pull on dress, which I will add a lining to. Yeah, I'm going to add a lining to this, especially around here and here. There will be a lining. And don't ever be afraid to put in your lining after you've sewn your dress together. Now, there are different fabrics that you can use for a lining, and I do just so happen to have a lining already pre-cut, right? From when I was doing the fabric marked panel challenge dress, and I thought that one would be see-through. Come to find out it's not, and I'm fine with that. So I already have some already cut out, which is great for this. Yes, right? And all I really have to do is sew it around the top and to the sides, which is why when you have your inner seaming like this, and you have enough where you could just pin it onto that and just go ahead and seam it on. And you can also make it where it's not going to interfere with the pocket at all. You're not going to have to worry about that at all. It will not interfere. So I'm going to do that, which means I only have to really sew this part together here. Why does this look like it went in some sort of weird direction? Oh, I know why. This helps. Brain Fart Central. That's what today is. Brain Fart Central. Well, we don't want to start saying things that aren't true or we don't mean, right? So, since this is teaching, I really need to be on point. Oh, yes. Speaking of teaching, like when I was a volunteer teacher for Head Start, I loved that, by the way, being a volunteer teacher for Head Start. The children in the community, the Latino community, they barely spoke any English, but I was able to have their children translate, which was great because their children were also helping them learn English, which I think is great. I mean, they came here, the ones that I knew, their kids couldn't go to Head Start unless they were actually from the U.S. because they had to make sure that they didn't come in illegally. I mean, which kind of makes sense, but the Latino community, they were also translating for the parents so that the parents can get educated more on language. And there was absolutely nothing wrong with that. I absolutely adored that in that community and kind of came close to the Latino community because of that. And I used to take Mexican gang members off the street. I know that could be dangerous, but I couldn't let people's children sleep on the park benches, so take them off the park bench and told them, you know, you're going to have some chores to do. You have to go back to school. I made sure they did their homework. they got out of control. Their probation officers came to collect, and there was no allowance to fight those people. That I was very strict about that. So anyway, now that I have this like this, pretty much, I'm going to sew this, make sure that this waistband is fully like straight, because as you can see, like this side isn't all matchy with that side, but we will fix that. And this has been like 20 minutes long, and I'm gonna go ahead and upload it. So I want everybody out there to stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive, and as always, stay blessed, because we will definitely be back to sew the rest with the lining. I want to show you how to put in a lining after you've already sewn the garment. And I think that's very important. So I will see you in the next one.